There is a primability test when you factor. So as you're factoring and you can't come up with factors that add to your middle term, you can always use this test. So if b squared minus 4ac is a perfect square, then you can factor. If b squared minus 4ac is not perfect, is not a perfect square, then it is prime. So if it is a perfect square, and remember, perfect squares are positive. 1, 4, 9, 25, 16, 36, 49, 100, any of those, then you can factor your value or your trinomial. But if it's negative, if this value is negative, it's automatically prime. Or if you get a number that is not a perfect square, then it is prime. So let's take a look at an example. So 9x squared minus 5x minus 10. Instead of going 9 times negative 10, which would be negative 90, and trying to find the values or the factors of 90 that add to negative 5, we can go ahead and use the primability test. And 9 is A, negative 5 is B, and negative 10 is C. So we have negative 5 squared minus 4 times 9 times negative 10. So we'll have 25 plus 360. So we have 385. 385 is not a perfect square, so we can just call this prime, meaning it cannot factor. (3x squared minus 2x minus 5). So let's go ahead and use the primability test to see if this can be factored. B squared, negative 2 squared, minus 4 times 3 times negative 5. We have 4 plus 60, which is 64. 64 is a perfect square because 8 times 8 is 64. So this is factorable, and you would go ahead and factor it. Factors of negative 15 that add to 2 would be 5 and 3, and it would have to be negative 5 and positive 3. And then you'd go on and factor that. Before you claim a trinomial is prime, you must use the primability test to double check. A lot of times you will be counted wrong when you just throw the prime word around all the time. Let's do one more. So this would be factors of 6 that add to negative 2. Well, you'd only have 6 and 1 and 2 and 3, and none of those added together wherever you put the negative signs. Negative signs or positive signs, we can't get to negative 2. But before you say, hey, this is absolutely prime, you are going to use the primability test. So that will be 4 minus 24, which is negative 20. There is your proof that you can claim your trinomial is prime. This concludes the primability test when factoring.